What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every day on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Today we're going to be looking at the charts as usual, and I'm going to throw in another chart that could be suggesting we see a dump very soon, and I'm going to show you what that is. Definitely stick around for the whole video. Don't forget we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, or investment advice. Always do your own due diligence before investing or trading in any market. Before we begin, I want to remind you we are doing a Ledger Nano S giveaway on Sunday. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you subscribe to the channel, scroll down, hit that thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. That'll get you entered to win. We'll pick a random comment from a random video throughout the week on Sunday. Also, we'll be doing another giveaway of a $100 account for an exchange, Prime XBT. I will tell you how to get that, and let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. We're at 48. We rose 5 points from yesterday. We are back in the neutral zone, and let's take a look at the macro. As you know, I've been looking at this as just lower highs in the macro. This blue arrow shows which direction the trend is going. And then we have this dotted trend line here that I've been talking about, a monthly close above that, which lies around 10,950, would most likely be bullish, maybe get us up into this area, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we close below, but we'll see what happens. Reason being, higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI on the monthly. That is bearish divergence. Let's look at the weekly. So the bullish case scenario is looking at the thicker white trend lines and the measured move up to 27,000 if this is indeed what we're seeing. And then we have the falling broadening wedge, which a breakout of that is 16,000. Now, I know a lot of people are extremely bullish and believe these are going to happen. I'm not saying it's not, but that is not what I'm looking at. I do believe we are still bearish here. Let me zoom in a little bit and show you our resistance. The yellow dotted trend line that we've been watching forever on this channel, boom, major resistance. Let's look at the RSI. RSI does show in the weekly a possibility of coming up and retesting this trend line. A close above that would be extremely bullish in my opinion. But what I'm actually waiting for is a retest of this bottom line. And that would be where I get bullish. Let's take a look at the chart I was talking about in the beginning of the video, the DXY, the dollar index, which is measured by the power of the dollar against many other currencies. I believe a break of this trend line in this falling wedge here will be where Bitcoin really takes a major fall. Once we break this line, my measured target of the DXY is about 95.86, somewhere in this range. And as you can see, that would be old support, become new resistance. But that would be a huge run down for Bitcoin, in my opinion. We've been watching this on our Discord. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. These numbers down in here are showing if we do go down from here on the DXY, which I don't see happening, but these are just the Fibonacci retracements from this move here, setting down here. So as you can see back here, we got a bounce off the 0.5 fib, and we did get resistance one more time up here. We'll see what happens. The 200 EMA on the 4 hour for the DXY lies about 93.40, a break of that. And if we get support on that, break this trend line, that is bearish as hell for Bitcoin. I talked about it yesterday. I had used a reward account of 0.1 Bitcoin, and we're going to see if we can grow this to 1 Bitcoin. Right now, on the trades I showed you yesterday, I am up $108. As of right now, you can see we are getting support on the 55 EMA here. We'll see what happens. I believe that's going to break and continue down from there. I have my take profits at 10.5. I have my stop loss at 11.3 up here. And I do have another order in at 11.1 that we just missed yesterday. If we do by chance get a bounce up there, grab that order, that'd be great. If not, oh well, I'll take my profits at 10.5. We'll see where it goes from there and look for new entries. I want to remind you, I'll leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. If you are interested in trading, definitely check it out. You can use my promo code Savy50. It'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit up to 1 Bitcoin. And that bonus you can use towards your margin. Savy25 will get you 25% off of your trading fees. And you can trade Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, all on margins. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's by far the best exchange in my opinion. But yeah, check it out. And I will be doing the $100 giveaway where it's a bonus. I'll give you a promo that'll give you $100 trading, like just like this. I did this as an example to show you, but this is a reward of 0.1 Bitcoin. I can keep all the profits. So if I cashed out now, I could keep my winnings. You'll get $100 on yours, and you can trade it however you wish. Anything you win off it, you can keep. So anyways, let's check out the daily. This is chart we've been watching forever. The highest I see this going is actually, if we put it to where the line is now, it's around 11,600. After that point, I would get bullish, but I don't believe we're going to make it up there. I think we may have even topped out now. If we take a look at this bottom trend line here as support, resistance up here, looking at that as a rising broadening wedge, we could go as low as the 3,800. Again, guys, actually there is a CME futures gap that you can see on the 8-hour that is 35.70. There is a possibility going down there. I'm not saying it has to happen, but you need to be aware of it. A break of this trend line right here off of these wicks here would be around 98.64. If that breaks, the only other real support's going to be down here around 75, 7,600. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. We'll go into the smaller time frames. Make sure you watch the whole video, and don't forget to smash that like. If you haven't already, take a second out, smash like, leave your comment for your chance to win both the Prime XBT $100 bonus or $100 giveaway and the Ledger Nano S. So we've had this rising wedge drawn in here that we dropped out of here. If we move this trend line down to there, it does look like we've already gotten resistance if we go off of these wicks down here. But I'm going to leave it up where I had it because there is a possibility we get one more push up, although I don't think it's going to happen. We'll see what happens. Let's look at another look at the daily. We've been watching this white dotted or the white dash trend lines as a rising broadening wedge, and this is rising daily, so around the 98.80, right in that range, would line up at the 200 EMA. At this point, if we do break that, the measured move, whoops, didn't mean to move that, the measured move of that is around 6,400. We also have these targets here, which I'll show you what those are. It is the Fibonacci retracement from the swing low over here to the swing high up here. 10,464 is our 0.236 fib, a break of that. Then we come down to test this trend line, a break of that. Our next stop is going to be 9,200, which is a 0.382 fib. And then we have 8,200, which is the 0.5 fib. If that breaks, then we have the golden pocket zone, which I do believe we get down in this range between 6,850 and 6,200. A break of that is the 6,450, and then the 0.786 fib is 5681. A break of that, and we are most likely coming down to close this gap. Again, not saying it has to happen. We could actually get a bounce off at any one of these, and that be the bottom. Most likely, the best chance is 6,850 to 7,200. We'll see what happens. If you guys have been watching, we hit this dead on the resistance I've been talking about that we've been watching on this channel. So far, we are getting major resistance there. A break of that 11,100 and getting support on it. We could go as high as the 11,600. And I'll show you why here in a minute. This is another chart that we had been looking at. This is what I believe is happening here. I think this is going to reoccur, and I know a lot of people are saying that it can't fall down. That was because of the virus, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you guys watched my channel back here, I was calling this anyway. I was calling it to about 53, and people were saying I was crazy. And then the announcement of the virus came out, and we did plummet, and we actually went down to 3,800. I was calling 53. So as of right now, I think we're looking at the same thing. And I put the Fibonacci retracements from the swing high to swing low here, and we topped out at the 0.5 fib. And if we go over to where we're at now, we did break the 0.5 fib, but we did not close above it. We are below it right now, so that was major resistance. Now, if we are able to come up and break that 10,000 or 11,000 again and close above it, the 0.618 golden pocket zones around the 11,225, and then we have the 11.6, which I've drawn a trend line off these peaks, and it would line up for a touch of that today or tomorrow if it was going to happen. So that's the highest I see us going. A break of the 11.6, and then I get bullish up into the 12,300 range. So as of right now, still bearish, still think we're coming down. And the measured move, or actually what I'm looking at here, if this was what we're going to see here, then it's around 42.37. And again, I showed you the other targets, but if we get that low, I'm pretty sure we would go down and close the 35.70 gap. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. There is a link below, along with some other affiliate links down there that you guys should check out for hard wallets and stuff like that. You can get some discounts. But yeah, this is quality stuff. She could put anything you want on any of this stuff. Pictures, sayings, funny sayings, anything you want on any of this stuff. So check it out. She also does masks. If you're interested in it, hit her up in the contact. And let's check this out. 4 hour. We look at the 4 hour. We had been looking at this as a rising wedge where we broke down right here. The measured move of that is around 6,000. So everything is pointing down here, of course, unless we remain getting support up here around 10,445, which I think is unlikely. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, we seem to be seeing the same exact thing as we've seen over here. Let's look at where we're at on the 4 hour with that EMA. And as you can see, the EMAs are starting to curve over. We are below the 200 EMA right here. Most likely going to continue down from here, in my opinion. We'll also take a look. And there is that possibility, like I said, that 11.6 could be coming up to retest this bottom of this wedge here, and we'll also draw that, and that lines up perfectly with that. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, although I don't think it's gonna happen. Let's take a look at the RSI. We are back within the channel, and what we could do here, and now that it's played out, let's check it out. If I clone this trend line here and put it up to the top, that could be a falling wedge. Let me get this one out. A falling channel here. Good possibility. We did get a peak above that, which I would consider a bull trap. But it does look like we are going to continue down, guys. All right, another way to look at it. In the 1 hour, we had this rising channel, which we measured. The measured move down to about 9,700, which, of course, is the CME futures gap. And let's take a look at... Let's look at this as a possible bear flag, which I guess you could still look at it that, but the flag is pretty long here. So let's take some measured moves off of this. Get that out of the way. So the first measured move would be, if we break down from here, would be around the 99.80 area. That's the first target for breaking this trend line, which would be around the 10.6, somewhere in that range, depending on where we hit it. If we still want to look at that as a bear flag, which I said, like, it's a little too long now, but if we did do that and break this trend line, looking at about the 8,800 range, which is a range where we had a lot of support and resistance in the past. We've stuck around this area every time we've gotten to it, so keep that in mind. Let's see, a break above this trend line, what's that get us to? 11,950 to 12,000. But remember, we have this trend line right here, which would be the bottom of that rising channel, which is at 11.6. So no matter what, 11.6 is as high as I see us going, guys. But a close above that, then I get bullish up into the 12.5 to 13,000 area. But as of right now, as you can see, our line, we had this drawn in way before it happened, just off the wicks here. Looking at this as a head and shoulders, we hit that resistance almost to the T and got slapped down. All right, let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin, nothing has changed. I'm not going to change my charts every day, guys, because they're still valid. So if you say it's the same chart every day, well, that's because they're legit. I'm not just making crap up and trying to hype to get views on my channel. Looking at this as a rising channel, our measured move of that is 38.62, which I'm still looking for. The highest I see us going back up here is around the $53 range, which would be the top of this. Let me get in here. Would be the top of this rising channel, and the 200 EMA. As you can see, we are getting support off the bottom now. We have some measured moves, and we're actually going to move them a little bit. Actually, they remain the same. So measured move of breakdown from this rising channel is about 43, 44. The measured move of the breakdown from this bigger channel is 38.62, which I still think we get at least there. And if we look at that as a bear flag, and the same thing as in Bitcoin, it's getting a little long to be considered a bear flag, but that'd be around $32 range. Ethereum. So on Ethereum, we've had what looked like to be a rising broadening wedge. We've had a measured move of that around $246, still looking for that range. And if we look in here, same thing, rising channel, a break of this rising channel. Actually, we wicked below it here, so I'm going to keep that target around 317 to 320. And if we looked at this as a bear flag, again, this is getting a little long to be considered a bear flag, but that measured move is actually about 190 area. And again, when I move these, it's because these lines are rising and falling, and that's to get an exact measurement, we need the break first. But this is to give you an idea where we're at. The 246 is the measured move or the break of this rising broadening wedge. So that's where I'm at, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Do not forget to click the CryptoSavy logo above my head. Hit that like button and leave your comment below for your chance to win the Ledger 9S on Sunday. Also, the $100 accounts for Prime XBT. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. I'm out.